Hello, online pipe community. Ethan, Parsimonious Piper here. It is Thursday evening. Wow, the day just got away from me. And I have got Parsimonious Pipe for you. Today's Parsimonious Pipe is a Briarlee Goodfellow. Goodfellow was their Peterson knockoff. P-lip, you'll get to see that better in a minute. In it, I have got some Ken Byron Ventures Dark Fired Cherry, gifted to me by Eric up at the Ohio Pipe Show. This will be the blend of the week. We'll talk about it Tuesday. So, since it's way too dark for you to see this right here, let's get some closer pics. Before and after here, the biggest thing that you'll notice is right up closer to the rim, top half of the bowl is a little lighter. There was some stain, finger oils, grime up closer to the top of the bowl. That cleaned up very nicely. The bottom of the bowl was already pretty clean. The other thing you will notice is the metal band has had a lot of pitting all the way around it. Sanded that down quite a bit. Not really finished, and you'll see why in another picture. Didn't take long to get to that other picture. If you look at that metal band, you can still see some of the sanding marks there around the edges. I'm going to take some micro mesh and some finer sandpaper and get those scratches out. Maybe even just some metal polish. Top of the rim, I topped down just a little bit because it was so rough. You will notice by looking at the front and edge of it, I did not top it down very far. I only topped it far enough to get some of the char that's around the back side of the rim, to get some of that off. If I had taken it all the way down to get rid of that rough where it's chewed up on the front, I'd have lost another 1/16 of an inch or more, and I didn't want to reshape the top, so I just sanded through some of the char. It left it slightly two-toned. That's just fine. With use, the top will darken back up again. Note the stem. We'll take a little closer look at that, but right above that bevel, notice a little brown there. We'll see that again. But before we do, just a picture of the pretty grain on the backside. Again, you can see toward the top of the bowl how that staining cleaned up nicely to reveal a little bit more of the grain. And you can see how badly pitted the metal band around there was, just all the way around. Here you can see, and this is color accurate, the stem was brown when I got it and really needed some cleaning and deoxidation pretty badly. In the bottom picture, the brown that you see there on the left, that is real. That is not just a reflection. Apparently the lighting in my workshop was not giving me an accurate assessment of whether I had gotten all the oxidation off, so I'm going to have to go back and re-sand that spot. Here once more, you can see how the top of the bowl cleaned up in terms of getting some of the staining around the outside of the bowl and then topping that down a little bit to get rid of that char. Here, too, you can see the color difference on the stem. The stem was very much a chocolate brown oxidation. And here on the bottom, you can see the band between where it's black and where the lighting in my work area didn't quite give me a true color. When I just have the stem inserted into the pipe, the area above that line looks black to the naked eye. However, as you can see, digital photography does not lie. It is brutally honest, and I am going to have to go back and hit this spot and just above that the crease, that bevel in the stem. There are a couple spots that are also still brown that I am going to have to hit. Still, for $19 and change, it's not a bad little pipe. I am not as fond of these full bends, but the Goodfellows do smoke well. Rather well. And it should be noted, this is a faux P-lip. It does not aim the smoke up. It is actually, the hole is drilled straight in. It just looks like a P-lip. I like this better. It doesn't scorch the roof of my mouth. Brian Doran, Beans 316, is having a giveaway. His link will be down below so that you can find it. He wanted us to share a favorite Christmas memory. I've got tons of them. One of my favorites as a dad was a year our kids were still young enough to believe in Santa Claus, old enough to really still be fun and interactive. Wade must have been 6, 7. And our daughter Candace would have been a couple years younger than that. And we surprised the kids with a trip to Disneyland. We drove from Arizona. We lived in Phoenix at the time. Drove from Arizona over to Anaheim. And it wasn't until we were driving right by the entrance to Disneyland that our son goes, "Hey, that's Disneyland." Yes, it is. And that's where we'll be tomorrow. So we spent a couple of days there. The kids absolutely loved it. Disneyland, Disney World really still can be magical places with the kids. I don't support the company anymore for reasons that we won't get into for this video. But it really was a magical couple of days. We capped it off with something even better, though. Believe it or not, we drove up into the redwood forest, where there is up in the redwood forest, and I forget whether it's a state or a national lodge, right there in the center of the giant redwoods. And a couple of lodge buildings, one of which has a very good restaurant in it. We stayed a couple of nights there as well, and when we got there, it started snowing, and this was Christmas Eve. My wife had brought a small tabletop size 2.5 foot Christmas tree that we set up in the lodge room and decorated. We had hot cocoa. We played games. The kids went to sleep. And in the morning, Santa had arrived, and they were amazed that he had somehow still found them, even though they weren't at home. Then, of course, we explored the giant redwoods. Absolutely stunning, these living beasts. Their size, their magnificence, their grandeur, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Fortunately, on our way home, we had brought snow chain for our tires. We were in a Chevy Astro van at the time, and it was not the all-wheel drive type, and it did not have snow tires, and it was slick going down the mountain. Got those chains on, though, and that got us back down to the floor, and that was just that was a wonderful Christmas memory. Having the kids still just light up with Santa arriving, even though they weren't home. That was neat. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you have got some interesting Christmas memories of your own, and I hope you'll drop by Bean's page, get in on his giveaway, and share some of your memories with us. While I wait for you to do that, light something you like. Enjoy your afternoon.